Assalamu alaikum, dear students. In previous lecture, we have discussed about permanent tissues. The permanent tissues have been mainly divided into two types. One is simple permanent tissue. Second is complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue. This simple permanent tissue have been mainly divided into three types. One is parenchyma. Second is collenchyma. And third is sclerenchyma. पैरेंकाइमा एंड स्क्लेरेंकाइमा इन दोनों को हमने इसी लेक्चर में डिस्कस किया है. टुडे वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट sclerenchyma. What is sclerenchyma tissue? What is sclerenchyma tissue? Sclerenchyma tissue. In sclerenchyma tissue, the cells are mainly dead. The cells are mainly dead. Cells are mainly dead. The cell walls of these cells are heavily lignified. The cell walls of these cells are heavily lignified by the presence of lignin. By the presence of lignin or deposition of lignin. Lignin is simply a complex polymer. Lignin is a complex polymer. The cells in sclerenchyma tissue are fitted just like tiles in a floor. These are fitted just like tiles in a floor. No intercellular spaces are present in these sclerenchyma cells. Means they are compactly arranged. No intercellular spaces are present. No intercellular spaces are present in between these sclerenchyma cells. Hence, they are compactly arranged. Now, this sclerenchyma tissue, sclerenchyma cells have been mainly divided into two types. One are fibers. Second is sclerids. Sclerids. Now, what are fibers? These fibers are long, narrow, lignified cells. Or we can say that thick-walled cells. Thick-walled cells. These fibers are long, narrow, thick-walled cells. Second one is sclerids. These sclerids are also known as grit cells. Grit cells, or we can say these are known as stone cells. The shape of these cells is irregular, means they are irregularly shaped. These cells are irregularly shaped. What cells? Sclerids. These are irregularly shaped. These cells are also known as grit cells or stone cells. The size of these sclerenchyma cells varies from 1 millimeter to 550 millimeter. Size of these sclerenchyma cells vary from 1 millimeter to 550 millimeter. Now, what is the main function of this sclerenchyma tissue, or we can say that sclerenchyma cells? As you know that these cells are heavily lignified by the presence of lignin. So the function of sclerenchyma is mainly, it is protective in function. It is protective in function. It is protective in function. or we can say it is mechanical in function. It provides rigidity, flexibility. It provides rigidity, flexibility to those plant parts in which sclerenchyma tissue is present. In which sclerenchyma tissue is present. Now there is another type of simple permanent tissue, that is protective tissue. That is protective tissue. Now what is protective tissue? Protective tissue. Protective tissue. Protective tissue includes, mainly it includes epidermis and cork, or it is also known as phloem. Cork or phloem. Now what is this epidermis? As you are aware about this, epidermis is the outermost covering of plant. Epidermis is the outermost covering of plant. In all plants, epidermis is the outermost covering. Epidermis is 1 cell thick. It is 1 cell thick. Epidermis is 1 cell thick. In most plants, epidermis is covered by a waterproof layer. Waterproof layer. In most plants, epidermis is covered by a waterproof layer which is known as cuticle. Which is known as cuticle. This cuticle is made of a substance which is known as cutin. Which is known as cutin. Now what is the main function? What is the function of this cuticle which is present over the epidermis? Its main function is to prevent loss of water. It prevents loss of water. Loss of water from the plant. Or we can say it prevents plants from infection. It prevents plants from infection. It prevents entry of pathogens into the plants. It prevents entry of pathogens into the plants. So this is the function of cuticle. As plant grows older, when plant grows older, this epidermis, which is protective in nature, is replaced by a strip of secondary meristem. This epidermis, as plant grows older, this epidermis is replaced by a strip of secondary meristem, which is known as phalogen. Or cork cambium. This is a strip of secondary meristem. When plant grows older, this epidermis is replaced by a layer of cells which is known as, this epidermis is replaced by this phalogen, by a strip of secondary meristem which is known as phalogen or cork phloem. The cells of phalogen contain vacuolated protoplastos filled with tannins and also contain chloroplastos. The cells of this phalogen or cork phloem contain vacuolated protoplastos filled with tannins and chloroplastos. Now this phalogen or cork cambium, which is a strip of secondary meristem which replaces the epidermis in plants, divides into two layers of cells. This phalogen or cork phloem divides into two layers of cells. On outer side, it forms a layer of cells which is known as cork or simply phloem. This is an important point here. Phloem or cork phloem differentiates into two layers of cells. On outer side, it forms a layer of cells which is known as cork or phloem. On outer side. And on inner side, it forms a layer of cells. And on inner side, it forms a layer of cells which are known as phyloderm or secondary cortex or secondary cortex or secondary cortex. This phloem or cork phloem differentiates into two layers of cells. One on outer side, that is known as cork or phloem, and one on inner side, that is known as phyloderm or secondary cortex. Here we have to discuss what is cork or phloem. The cells present in this cork or phloem are dead. These cells are dead, just like this sclerenchyma. The cells containing this cork or phloem are mainly dead. No intercellular spaces are no intercellular spaces are present in between these cells which are present in cork or phloem. Means these cells are mainly dead. So what is the function of this cork phloem? The function of this cork or phloem is also protective in function. It is also protective in function. Means it protects the plants from infection or from entry of pathogens into the plants. I think this is sufficient for today. In next lecture, we will discuss about stomata and complex permanent tissues. Thank you.